welcome to Ikate's Crossing. I'm Paula. Welcome if this is the first time you've discovered my channel, and welcome back if you've seen some of my other videos. I'm in New Zealand, just so that you I just feel like some of you may not know where I'm actually from. And I've been reading tarot for a long time, about 20 plus years approximately, and have developed and grown and looked at lots of different decks and created my own tarot and oracle decks, and have reconnected again with tarot the last couple of years. I took a little bit of a break and sort of reconnected and looking at some of my decks and being quite discerning about what decks I've actually purchased. It's all to do with bits and pieces. So one of the decks that I purchased was the Marielle in the first edition, because I loved the Hierophant and I love the High Priestess and I love the Three of Swords and Judgment. These cards in the first edition that I absolutely adore, and have really enjoyed exploring this deck over the last month or so. I've really enjoyed working with this deck, looking at the imagery, seeing, when I was reading the book, even though I found it fascinating, to try and remember what the words were, I found, like in the book, the divinatory meanings, I found quite hard to sort of keep that within. So what I did was I've gone through the deck myself, and as I've been looking at the imagery, working through my own sort of meanings with understanding some of the traditional meanings as well, and really sort of exploring the deck on new levels. So what I wanted to do today was really just see what cards come out, so many, and just sort of go through with my own thoughts, and maybe they'll resonate or they not. And then you get occasionally where a card flies out, I mean that flew, and we actually get the Three of Cups. Now we know the Three of Cups talks about celebration and being with three, but this is quite a different imagery for here. I look at this and I get a sense of three choices. There's three paths that the water can take, and so the sense of healing and cleansing coming through, and the sense of vulnerability with this bare tree. This bare tree I think of a sense of vulnerability or bare essentials, you know, the bareness of it all coming through, and just going right back to that core of who you are. Threes always remind me too of expansion and growth. Threes are always about, for me, about, you know, the challenges and the things that are happening as well. So I feel like there's so much in this card when you look. So I feel like there's a sense of overflowing, of coming through. There's this expansion, this growth happening. You've got three choices in the path about being exposed in some way to allow yourself to expand and grow on many levels. So I get very much about the heart chakra, about how do you feel as you expand and grow, as you've been brought out into the open. Some of the things that I'm sort of getting. Let's see what other cards are coming through. This one here and this one here. So this one we start with the Seven of Discs. Okay, so for me I get this sense of you've got these choices. What's of value to your journey? Got all these symbols coming through. What's of value to where you want to be? What do you want to bring into your life? What do you want to bring forth? I get that sense of that sun coming through. Got the spark here. So maybe there's a spark of an idea, a spark of moving through into new journey, a new level of awareness as you make those choices. Blues to me is about self-expression, about being able to express yourself. The orange is creativity, so enabling yourself to express yourself with creative energy is also very important. And this is a physical aspect. This could be about your money or about your finances, about your health as well. So what do you want to bring forth in monetary, material aspects of your life? Very important. And the last card we've got here is the Chariot. And the Chariot here, so this pink stands out straight away. So this is about the heart, the higher heart, you know, this unconditional self-belief. And Chariot to me is always about triumphant success, having success, also about directions. What direction do you actually want to take? And you've got this, you've got 4 here, so there is a sense of stability or foundations being built as well. There's 4. There's a sense of being in control about the direction you're actually moving in. There is about choices as well with it. Do you understand the shadow aspect of your journey, which is quite important as well. You know, and I feel like maybe things aren't quite as balanced as we'd hoped. You're maybe not feeling as stable in your journey because you've got this 1 dark and 3 light. So maybe things are not as quite as stable as you think about your success. Even though you're successful, I don't feel you're as stable. So it might be that there's more ahead for your journey as well. So that's quite interesting as well. That when you look at the imagery, and it's very, I get the sense of trying to stay grounded, which is quite important. Trying to connect to Mother Earth with the browns, which is quite, you know, trying to get quite earthy in regards to as you open up your heart to higher possibilities, and you're moving in that direction to achieve success and triumphant possibilities. And you might not be feeling quite so stable as you, even though things are successful, still feel as though things aren't quite as stable as you'd hoped. And here you've got the Page of Discs, this baby all swaddled, you know, all cuddled up, all wrapped up tightly, and wanting to sort of, you can see the arms trying to break free, and, you know, are out and away and waving and sorry, excuse me, bit of a cough there. So I feel like this sense of fresh, this newness to the physical aspects of your material aspects of your body, of yourself, of your journey. So I feel like you may find yourself feeling protected or being protective of someone else, maybe. Trying to make sure that you are staying quite grounded, connected to Mother Earth. Being out in nature might be really important as well to your journey. So I love the imagery of the Marielle, the first edition. I do like the borders. For me, it's about looking at the through. It sort of contains the image for me. I like the image contained. Let's see what else we get here. The 2 here. So we've got the 3 of Cups, 7 of Discs, the Chariot, and the Page of Discs. So we get the sense of 3 choices. You've got 3 choices in the direction that you're actually wanting to move. It's a sense of trying to find an inner awareness of within oneself. For me, that's a sense of, you know, things maybe overflowing. Maybe you feel like things are overflowing as you get back to the core of who you are. So what do you actually want to bring into your life with the choices? There's a spark, this idea starting to come through, and you're trying to bring that forward, you know. And so what do you want to bring? What's ripe for you to come into your life? And to achieve the success you want. Even though you may feel like you're being successful, I think you're still feeling a bit unbalanced. Things are still not quite, the foundations haven't quite been built yet, even though you're opening your higher heart to an unconditional love, things are not quite feeling as stable as you would like. Maybe you're feeling like you need to be protected, or maybe you're protecting somebody else, which is why you're feeling unstable, because you're so busy protecting somebody else, which is quite important to your journey. And here we've got the Hermit, so it might be a time of, again, it's got this sense of reflection, a sense of communication, self-expression, a sense of gaining knowledge and wisdom through being silent. Being silent is going to allow you to move ahead, and I feel like there's a lot of swirly stuff going on here, a lot of cleansing away the old thoughts and bringing in the new reflection. So as you contemplate and reflect, maybe you're reflecting on the past and they're saying it's time to cleanse away the past so you can let the new stuff start coming in. And I feel like with the Tower, we've got this explosion. So you've got the wall, you've got this coming in, this lightning coming in, and you've got the sense of explosion happening. So I feel like the walls are starting to crumble, the barriers and things that you've put up are actually starting to crumble. And you might have to have a chance for you to actually rebuild the path that you actually want by allowing yourself to explore the energy, the creativity that are happening within you, the vitality, this passion that may be flying within you. You might have to start, it's time for you to start exploring those avenues which seem really, really important to you. So I feel like, you know, you look at this imagery and I'm seeing like this person sort of standing there in the shadow, and the light is trying to destroy the shadow in some way, to bring it into the light, to expose it in some way. So that's, for me, is my perspective on the Merry Owl and the way that I read it. You might find it, the messages are quite different for you, but for me it's about looking at the colour, looking at the imagery, understanding some of the traditional meanings as well, and sort of bringing it all together so that it sort of ties in a more of a self-expressive way for me. So I look at the colours of the cards, and I get a lot about self-healing, self-expression, a lot about energy, vitality, creativity, a sense of feeling like you're being protected, feeling like even though you might feel like you're being successful on some levels, there's a sense of not quite being stable. Things might be feeling a little unstable at the moment. Even though you've been successful, you might feel like you're in a protective state, but there's a time for you for reflection and up ahead. Just be aware that there could be a sense of barriers and boundaries crumbling, and it might give you a chance to sort of rebuild what's of value to your journey at this moment. Because I think it's a time of reflection. What is important for you? What's going to allow you to get down to the core of who you are, so that you have that sense of cleansing away the old and allowing the expansion and growth of the new, allowing yourself to have the healing that you need, which is very important. So it might be about balancing out your heart at this time as you expand and grow, or might be getting you to expand and grow your heart into something a bit more. Maybe you've been feeling a little closed off, and this is sort of saying, let's cleanse away all the debris that you've been holding on to within your heart. Let's cleanse that debris away. Let's allow you to sort of celebrate who you are as an individual, allowing you to maybe spend time with people of like mind, people that are going to allow you to expand and feel like you're being supported as you sort of grow in your own journey. So anyway, that's what I'm getting with the Merry Owl. So it might give you a chance to sort of reflect. And this is just a few of the cards. Sorry, I just dropped it. This is a few of the cards that are coming through, and I just got here 9 of Swords. And to me, this is like Here you've got a lighthouse and a wall. Oops, it's about time to charge. Okay, I'm going to have to finish up here quickly.